We're back in the bathroom with Kate Somerville. We're going to look at some stuff, but I first wanted to ask the question, how does all that stuff you went through in your childhood, what paw print does that leave on how you run a business?
Well, I lead with my judgment of like, ooh, this is a safe person, this isn't a safe person, which sometimes is not good, but my instincts are so heightened to energy. And I think it made me a good esthetician too, because I knew when someone was stressed, or I could match where they were and like heal them, and I could have compassion for anyone, because I watched my mom on the streets, like not a tooth in her head, so addicted. I put her through rehab, and you never know. I don't care who you are. You never know what's going on behind the scenes with somebody. No. I don't care how rich they are. I don't care how famous they are. The other thing that saved my life is something called Al-Anon. I don't know if you guys have Al-Anon here, but literally, when I went into Al-Anon, and my dad put me in when I was young, but I was angry. I was like, oh, she chose this life. She chose to be an alcoholic. She didn't choose that. Trust me, it's a disease. I learned that later on in Al-Anon. But I went to my first meeting as an adult, and I literally looked around the room, and I'm like, I've been an alien on this planet, and I've found the words to describe my feelings and solutions to my madness, because it made me so controlling, and so like I have abandonment issues too. So it made me, and I was like, I found my people. I found the answer for me. And so it was important for my journey. And so I look at everyone like that you have to have compassion for everyone, and
but
it's a lot of circumstances.
At listening to you talk and listening to you talk about your background and what you do now, do you know what else you do for a living? You fix people.
I do.
So you take skin, you take skin that has problems, people who have problems, and you fix them. Yeah. That's quite classically aligned with your childhood.
Totally.
Can you?
Yeah, it's totally aligned, and it's when people would come to me personally as an esthetician, it was far deeper than skin.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so deep on so many spiritual levels, I can't explain to you. Like, I have clients to this day, I've had clients for 20 years that are now like family, and there's some fixing that happens like on a whole nother level. And I if you're an esthetician or a healer, you understand what I'm talking about.
Also, it's a very intimate job. You're literally touching somebody and you're seeing them without makeup, which for lots of people is their barrier or their armor. And you're seeing them stripped back, sometimes literally stripped. They're just in a towel or whatever, and you are touching them. Do you enjoy that intimacy, or were you ever scared of it? You loved it?
No, I never was afraid of that. In fact, I'm a one-on-one person. Like, put me in a party scene, like, and the hard thing is I started my brand in Hollywood, and so I got invited to all these parties. I never went.
No, it's my worst nightmare.
It's like my worst nightmare. I'm like, no, I don't like big crowds. I want to know you. I want to understand you. I want intimacy with, like, understanding who you are as a person. So being an esthetician was awesome. The other thing, most of my clients were women, and older women. So I had all these moms giving me advice, and so it's weird how I fell into that for me too.
Would you call yourself a woman's woman?
For sure.
So
for sure.
Are your girls very important to you?
Yeah, and I have a handful that are tight, and I've realized through building a business, I don't need a lot of people. I need that core. And I'm also, because I grew up with my dad more, and I have boys, like my husband and my son, I'm also a boy mom. I'm actually a tomboy too. Like, I grew up on a ranch, and, I don't know really how I became a girl, but I did. And But yeah,
it's funny, isn't it? Because I was raised by my father, single father, and I am the mother of sons. I don't have any daughters, and I have 4 brothers.
Yeah.
And it's funny how we ended up in this kind of very female world, and actually my closest friends are girls.
Yeah.
But I was scared of girls for a long time.
Yeah, me too.
When I was kind of a teenager and in my early 20s, I thought, oh no, girls don't like me. Now they're the most important thing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I want to help girls, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, once you're in, you're like, this is so much more kind of nourishing and enriching. Yeah. So what do you do with your girlfriends? What do you do to relax and have fun if you hate parties?
I love to spa. So I'm not talking like frou-frou spas. I like to sweat and steam, and I do this circuit. In fact, every time I land here, I go to the Lanesboro spa because it's quiet and it's down in a basement and they have everything I need. So they have a steamer, a sauna, and this like mid-range heat pool. And so I get off the plane. I don't even come to my hotel. I go there and it gets rid of my jet lag. So I do a circuit. So I go in, I take a shower quick. Then I go into the pool area and I soak for about 15 minutes, kind of let the airplane get off of me. And then I go into steamer for another 10, 15, as long as I can take it. Then I go to sauna. And I do it 3 times.
I love a steam. My skin loves the steam.
Well, what happens is, and this is what happens to me, it's like an onion. I was explaining it to my husband. I made my husband do it this time, and he was kind of, it was like, spas for men are uncomfortable. So anyways, that's a whole nother story. But so I made him do it, and I'm like, it's like an onion. It's like one pass is one, and what happens is that I have a release, like emotionally. Like I literally, by the second round, I have a good cry. It's weird. And then I feel totally released, and I also meditate and go like, okay, let the fear out. Like in the heat, I get kind of angry. It's weird. I let the anger out, and then when I go in the cooler pool, like I'm like, oh, everything's good. And it's this, and my skin loves it on top of all of it. So, because you get a lot of hydration, and that's how
my skin loves the steam. So good. When you come out of humidity, everything's plump and lovely.
Yeah. So my girlfriends and I were like, hey, let's go for a steam. Let's go for a sauna. That's what we say. And we go, we do it hard, and then we go and have lunch and have a good time. So and then obviously when we need each other, we're there. Like, you're there.
Best thing.
Yeah. When you're a real friend, and you let your real friends also like be who they are, and you have good times and bad times. So
do they ask you for advice all the time about their skin?
Yes, but we've been friends for years, so I already take care of their skin, and my family too. Like, you should see my mother-in-law. She will never let me show her, and she's so beautiful. She's almost 80. Well, she's 70, but
so my mother-in-law emails me every few months and says, I read a thing about a neck cream that will lift my neck. Yeah. Will it work? And I'm like, no. It definitely won't work. Yes, but I can send you some if you want to try it, but it definitely won't work. And she goes, no, and she goes off and buys it, and then she emails and says it didn't work. And then we start again 3 months later. That's what we do, like in perpetuity.
Family is different. Girlfriends, but I help, like, the girl I was talking about earlier with the severe acne, she's my best girlfriend, and her niece that we helped. So, yeah, it's cool.
So tell me, physician heal thyself. Yes. Tell me what you use. What have you brought with you?
So I like a lot of different brands like everybody else. Remember I
love that though. So I should just say, I am asked constantly by brand founders if they can do a bathroom video.
Yeah.
And it's very, very rare that I say yes. And the reason I generally say no is because they just want their own stuff in the video.
Yeah.
So I say, well, no, if you only want your own stuff, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You have to talk about other brands.
Yes.
So when I spoke to your team about it, they were like, no, she loves other brands.
I love other brands.
I mean, you need to know what's going on for one thing,
for
right?
For skin face, I rarely use anybody else's because I'm so damn sensitive. So, because I know what's in my stuff, and every time I've tried a facial outside of our facial, I like explode. So I'm like, okay, I'm never doing that again. So I'm a bath girl.
Same.
I need a bath every...
Bubbles or oil?
No, I don't. I do salts.
You do salts.
So because I'm sensitive, I do salt because it softens the water. Yeah. So I have my salts there. I love...
So what do you have, like a magnesium situation?
Yes. Yep. So this one, I just put in my bath and just a bit. I don't like them too scented because if there's too much fragrance. Sometimes I'll just use Epsom salts, and I love that too. So it depends on where my skin is, though.
So this is the DR Harris bath salts. They do smell good.
They do. Yes.
Kind of marine smell.
The other thing I do is, so because I'm in London, and one of my favorite brands here is the Ila brand, and it's a natural brand, which I have to be careful of just all naturals because I get itchy.
Yeah.
But I haven't met the woman that does it, but I met the esthetician that uses her product, and her name's Anastasia, and she did a facial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anastasia's a fab facialist.
She
really
is.
good.
I love her massage, and she's great.
This smells amazing.
So that's
this is the body oil.
So I'll do my I don't know if you can see, but I have dry skin saver, which is more eczema driven. This is something, especially for London, because you guys have such harsh winters. So this is, in the States, we are accredited by the Eczema Foundation, but it's so great for dry skin. So what I do is I put that on first, and then I put my yummy oils on to kind of, first I put the medicine on, and then the oils to kind of...
So you're getting this to do your heavy lifting, and then you're having a moment with
of
that.
Smell and oil and yumminess, and their body stuff is amazing.
So what do you have here? Body wash, hand and body lotion.
Yeah, so that one I use sparingly just because of my eczema, because I get eczema full body. So that's my mainstay, and then my oil.
Could you ever just get out of the bath, dry off? And
Never.
Me neither.
Never.
Me neither.
Never. I feel like I might die.
Same. Yeah. So my friends, when I get out of the shower or the bath, if we're having like a weekend together, they're like,
yeah.
And it's not that I'm doing my makeup or my hair. I'm just like greasing.
Me too.
Up. I could never go anywhere.
Me either. Like we hike in the Sierras up where we live, and I have the big bottle of and my husband's with this backpack. Really, babe? I'm like, yes. Like it has to happen because he knows me now. Like I go into craziness. Like my skin gets really sore. The other thing, like hair stuff, so cleansers or shampoos and conditioners. So I had a horrible thing happen to my hair. I was going to try and go gray because I'm getting gray, and I bleached it, and the girl bleached it so much that every hair on my head fell out. Every hair. Like literally.
Kidding?
No.
Okay, you're terrifying me because I'm doing that next year. That's my plan.
So
to bleach it silver.
Go very slow. Like literally put highlights in first. And so I found this brand, Olaplex. And seriously, what hair I had left, it kept the hair intact.
So tell me, so every time I interview or speak to anyone in the beauty industry who lives in America, they are all obsessed with Olaplex. Why do you love it?
Okay, well, I had no idea about it. And what I found out is the founders are in my hometown, Santa Barbara, and he's a scientist, and he figured out when you color your hair, it's some molecule, and it repairs it somehow. I don't know how. I don't know them at all. but it repaired what hair I had left, and I saw a difference the minute I put it on. And so I was like, oh, there's something to this brand, and it's blown up in the US.
Huge.
It's huge.
Yeah,
now.
it's massive.
And now this is all my hair. It's been 2.5, 3 years. And I mean, even though my hair is just curly and dry and damaged anyways, but that helps. And then I love Oribe.
Oh, me too.
Best
smell in the world.
I love it, and I love their styling products too.
Yeah, I love Oribe.
But what I really use too, so I have frizz. So here, I'm just gonna grab this.
You have thick hair though, don't you?
Very thick, frizzy hair. So
that's certainly not a problem.
I don't know if you know this brand, Living Proof.
Very well.
Okay.
Love Living Proof.
And so I found this at QVC.
Okay.
And it's just a defrizzer, you know, and if like it's humid hair, so it helps a lot with frizz. So I use that too.
Do you dry your own hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, today I didn't. In fact, you guys have the greatest hairdressers on the planet here.
Do you know what? I don't like to blow our trumpet, but I agree.
No. I go all over the world. By far, an Enzo. There's a guy named Enzo. He did my hair today, and I literally look like I should have been on that show Dynasty. It was like I never get as good a blow dry abroad as I do here. Nope.
So you know, lots of women here will go shopping in their rollers before a night out, which I love.
I know. I heard about that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because all women look great in rollers, don't you think? It makes you look really sexy.
Yeah.
I love the smell of Oribe. Yeah. Absolutely love it. So that's like your treaty moment with your hair.
Yep. And then the other thing, which I don't have with me, but I love, so I cannot have hair on my body. It's like I have to shave every day. So and my face too, because it exfoliates, by the way. And I learned that. So I worked for the surgeon that worked with like Elizabeth Taylor and all the beauties, and they all shave their face, and I learned that from them. And so I've shaved my face since I was 24 years old.
What do you use?
The Mach 3 Gillette razor.
Wow.
I just took my husband's.
Wow. And what would happen if you left it for the day? Would you feel like blunt?
No, not at all. So there's a wives' tale because everyone's like, oh, it's going to grow back thicker and darker.
No, but it blunts
It blunts it, but you know, on your face, it's kind of soft.
It's peach fuzz.
It's peach, and I kind of, now that I'm 50 and my hormones are changing, they're getting thicker.
Yeah, of course.
But I just shave it. I shave it like once a week though, my face. But every day I shave my legs with the Gillette razor.
But actually, if you have a dry skin condition, as we both do, you learn growing up that actually when you shave your legs, you get much better conditioned skin.
Yes.
I cannot use a different hair removal method on my legs because I need that daily exfoliation.
Too. Yeah, I love it.
Me too.
Yeah, so
also, just shaved legs on clean sheets.
Oh, I can't. I have to be
orgasmic.
shaved.
So what else do you have? Do you have your flight pack?
I do. Do you want to see that? I'll just bring it to you.
I'm so nosy. I just want to see.
So this is, because I brought larger products because I was going to be here longer, and I literally have been on the road. So this is kind of just, you know, this is a funny story.
I'm giving you my lap.
Okay, so you can see how used this is. So this, I have gray. I'm gray.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really gray. So I was on QVC, and there's a woman named Joan Rivers. Do you guys know Joan Rivers? I love this woman so much. And she gave me this, and I still have it.
Actual Joan Rivers gave you that.
Yep. And I just love this.
Let me see. What is it? So it touches up roots?
Yep. And that.
Oh, it's actual Joan Rivers beauty range.
Yeah. And you know what?
I love that she gave you that.
This is how old it is. It's floating in here somewhere, the innards.
I love that she gave you that.
You take a brush and you go like this to your roots, and they disappear. And it's a powder. I don't like the spray ones.
Okay. I quite like the spray ones, but I'm
So I love that, and that means a lot to me.
God, I love that she gave you that.
I always have a nail polish because all the time.
You're a pastel nude girl?
I do. Like this one's my blue. I like pastel. It's better. you know, too, for skincare if I'm doing
right.
filming. And then this
OPI.
is a go-to.
What colour is this? I can barely see without my glasses
bath?
on. Baby, take a vow.
Yeah, I just like light. So this is one of my products. This is called Delo oil. So that's my travel size, and I have the bigger one. So Delo oil goes wherever I go. And so I was in Fiji on a field trip with a girlfriend looking for another ingredient. And this came to me through the native women. And they use it, so the Fijian women use it for everything. They use it for their anti-aging, they use it for sun protection, they use it for everything. Injury, burns, bug repellent. I mean, they use it for everything. And what I notice about their skin is they're women of color, and usually women of color have pigment difference, you know, in their skin, especially in the sun. Nothing, like gorgeous. And I was like, what do you guys use? And they told me about Delo oil, and they were native women. So they took me to the windward side of the island, and these fruit fall from the windward side of the island. So the tree is getting battered. So that's why they use it, because it actually has a defense mechanism in it. And what happens is the crabs come from, like, I watched this, by the way. The crabs come from the ocean, they eat the fruit off, and they leave the nuts. And the women take the nuts, dry them, cold press them. And so our Delo oil comes from this island.
Helpful crabs.
Yep. So I use that for dry skin because I'm so dry.
I can't stop sniffing it. It smells so nice.
The other thing, this is a must for me because it's hyaluronic acid and it's straight.
I have this product at home. I use this product lots.
And so the little one I use on the airplane. So every 2 hours I shake and spray because when I get land, I'm not as dehydrated, and I use this every day.
Dermal Quench Liquid Lift. I love that product. I bought that in Sephora a few years ago. I always have to buy loads of stuff in Sephora. I go mad in there.
So this is a prescription. So
am I allowed to say what it is?
Yeah. So I have eczema. So when I go through a really tough breakout, this is my cortisone.
Sometimes it just has to be done.
Yep. And it's called clobetasol. And it's strong. So what I do with my cortisone is if I'm having an awful breakout, I apply it 3 times a day for 5 days. And I go hard and I push it in. I push the medication in, and I usually clear, and then I go back to my normal regimen.
Because this is the thing with steroids, they work.
They work.
They work too well. So you need to kind of go in, do it, and get out.
The other one I use because I also, if I'm traveling, I don't do my hair. I just leave it curly.
Paul Mitchell, super skinny serum. See, serum is like kryptonite for my hair, but your kind of hair needs that slip.
Yeah, and it also, it doesn't, like when I travel and my hair is curly, it doesn't go like, this makes it go like, you know, it's still, but it's like, so I love that. Of course, Exfolikate, which
this stuff is all very well used, by the way. I love that.
Yeah.
Love this product.
And then I just have all my, the other thing.
How often do you exfoliate? Daily?
Twice a week with my Exfolikate. And that's a scrub mask peel all in one product. And I only do it twice a week. And then I have a liquid that I just came out with, and I use that as my toner at night.
Yeah.
And then I'm losing my eyelashes. Are you?
Oh, probably.
I don't know.
Everything's going to seed, frankly.
Menopause is hitting me. Perimenopause. Yeah. And I'm losing my eyelashes. So I just started this, and I love it because I was using the Latisse.
You have better ones in America.
Yeah, I have Latisse, but I can't use it all the time.
Did it change the color of your eyes?
No, it just makes me red, and this one doesn't. And this is called Grande Lash MD.
Have you tried the milk one?
I haven't.
Good.
Okay, I'll try it. You know, trusty Tweezerman. I love
Never go anywhere without tweezers.
And Tweezerman is my favorite brand, and these are little. I always put a lip color in my travel bag, and I like a bright lip color because sometimes I don't want to wear makeup, but a good bright
just perks
lip,
you up.
like you can throw your hair up and just have, and then you kind of look like you're
Done.
put together and you're not.
Yeah.
So
I'm a big
that's
believer in that.
there. And then we have this in the States. I don't know if you guys have this.
Yes.
But it's called Argan oil. I don't even know who it's by. It's just that bottle.
This brand is everywhere. It's sold in Boots and Superdrug here.
Yeah, you know what I love? My son uses this too. And again, it just like cuts my frizz and keeps things down a little bit, and it moisturizes. So I use it as an oil.
Their volumizing stuff is really good as well. It's called OGX or something.
I don't know the brand.
I will tell you if my eyesight returns. OGX.
Okay. And then this one is another one of mine. So this is like a must for me.
Ceramides here. So you like that cushiony?
So Ceramides for me with eczema and irritated skin. So this is my KX concentrates. And what the concentrates do is they're concentrated ingredients that are
so nice.
Yes, and it has omegas.
This is my cup of tea. I like this.
That stays with me wherever I go.
That's gorgeous.
So that's my travel. And I also just found this toothpaste. I don't know if you know about this, but it's called Regenerate.
Yeah.
And it helps regenerate your enamel. And I have to say, like, as you age, your teeth kind of go yellow. Like all the celebrities that come in, they all have veneers. And I'm like, why do they do that? But, over bleaching, I'm noticing. So I'm trying to kind of put back the enamel because I'm getting sensitive too. It's weird. And then...
Give me your Sephora bag and I'll restock as you talk.
Yeah. And then my maximum protection. I used to use Secret, but then I obviously
we don't
get
have
Dove
Secret
now.
We don't have Secret.
Yeah.
We do have Dove.
Dove, I love this, by the way, and I love the smell, and it keeps me dry. And the other thing you guys don't have, and I can't remember who did a story on this recently, because they didn't realize. So before I fly, or if I have, like, my nose is dry inside, or if I have a cut or anything, this is called Neosporin.
I buy it every time I go to America, and I buy it for my friend Rachel as well. It's so good.
And all it is an ointment that's an antibacterial ointment. So what I do, and it's kind of embarrassing, I do it like secretly, I actually put it up my nose when I fly, because if you get dry, the bacteria, like sick people that have flus and stuff, apparently it can get right up into the nose if it's dry. So I do that, and I learned that from my father-in-law, who was the lead singer of the Diamonds. He was a huge rock and roll star in the 50s, and he went all over the world. And he swore by this, so I started doing it.
I agree with him. I love that product. Yeah. Also, lots of your drugstores do like their own generic version of it that works just as well.
What do you guys have here?
You can buy a thing called Bactroban. You can get it from the doctor, but you can't buy it over the counter. Yeah. And so I always buy it in America because you can have it over the counter. But there are generic versions of this that are really good too, that you can get in like Walgreens.
And then makeup. Do you want to go through makeup?
Yeah, always.
So makeup is, I always have a lot of brands of makeup, but I'm so lucky that we now part with a Unilever. Hourglass. I got to
Hourglass
know
is gorgeous.
It
is great too.
Well, what I love about it, it's about complexion. So it really enhances. So I have a lot of her stuff.
She's doing this in the new year, but in America.
Oh, good. Okay, good. So I have her stuff for complexion.
Okay.
So
like an ambient powder situation.
Like this one. I love this.
Love that compact.
Yes, this is gorgeous.
So this is the Ambient Light Trio.
That
gorgeous.
I love.
This is a really nice bronzer too.
Yes, and her brushes are beautiful. I love her brushes. And I just got this I just got.
It's It's my favourite mascara.
In the world.
It's my favourite mascara.
I don't like a lot of brands of mascara, and I was literally using like L'Oreal's like Great Lash or something from the drugstore. I kept going back to that because I tried fancy ones and they weren't great. This is insane.
I find that throughout beauty, the single most unsatisfying product is mascara. Mascaras are really annoying. This one is amazing, and it's the only non-tubing mascara that doesn't smudge on me. I love it.
Yep.
Absolutely
I just picked this up by Terry, and the reason I picked it up is because I saw a video of Cindy Crawford.
How good does Cindy Crawford look? It's disgusting.
Well, and she did this thing, so I haven't tried it yet, but I am trying this when I get back home. But it's a foundation, and I do my makeup in the car in the rearview mirror when I'm at a stoplight. And so this was perfect, so I wanted to try that.
She looks incredible.
Incredible. So I bought this here just recently because I went shopping. The other thing, and this is a trick, so under eye found
use my lap. Use and abuse me.
What is concealer, right? So I take my concealer, and this is called Wrinkle Warrior Eye Gel. This is where I'm starting to see age here and here. And so when I use concealer, it starts to look like cracks and like deeper lines. So now I mix my Wrinkle Warrior Eye with my...
to fatten up the lines?
Yeah, and I mix it up like so, and then I just pat it in. And the one that I use is NARS. I use the NARS.
The Radiant Creamy.
So, and I can put this over makeup too. So
it's amazing, Radiant Creamy. Can I feel this texture?
Yes.
See, I hear eye gel and I'm scared because gel freaks me out.
But this is, so what's unique about Wrinkle Warrior is it's straight hyaluronic.
Nice.
But it's 3 molecule sizes. So it's a small one that goes deep, a mid-range that like plumps, and then a top, like a big one. And what the big one does is acts like a primer.
Cosmetic, yeah.
So it goes into the wrinkle and sits there, and then your concealer goes over. So that's the other thing. I love these things too, even though...
A beauty blender?
Yes.
Do you not have bacteria fear as a facialist?
I do, so I wash them.
Gotta wash them really regularly.
I wash them. What else
This is well loved. Good colours for you. So this looks like vintage fan.
So this is... I found this... from the makeup artist here, Lauren, and so she used this on me, and let me tell them what it is. It's vintage vamp, and I have green eyes, and what I didn't know is every time you use burgundy, it brings out your green
massively, and anything kind of amethyst sort of a colour looks brilliant.
I love this palette. So this is Charlotte Tilbury.
Gorgeous.
I love. Yep. And then my brow, I love this brow.
Benefit.
And
they're good at brows.
I love how it's angled. You know, I love that. And the brush. So it's kind
These
of
are amazing. This is one of the best highlighters, if it's what I think it is, the stick.
Yeah. I love that.
So good. Do you know what works really, really well as well? If you get a stick foundation and put that next to the stick foundation and do that with your brush across the two, you get a nice glow to your foundation.
I need that.
I recommend.
Yeah, so that's my makeup kit.
And a bit of Vaseline, because why not?
Yeah, anything like... I always have that on hand, like even if my cuticles, like anything. Like it's just kind of like my Neosporin. It's part of my kit.
So before we go, I want you to tell me, you literally have time to grab one makeup item before you go out the door. I'm making you choose. What are you choosing?
A bright lipstick. And then the second would be mascara, and that's it. I'm good. Because my skin's good enough to hang. Not to hang, but to hang. But I need a little eye and just the bright lip. Yeah.
I've loved meeting you. It's just been such a joy. I'm so glad we finally did it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to Kate Somerville for joining me in the bathroom, and thank you so much for watching. The credits for all the products are below. in captions, so if you have any questions about those, they're probably answered there. Otherwise, catch me on Instagram and I'll try to help you there. Until next time, bye.
Bye.